Someone bought London Bridge and moved it to the middle of the Arizona desert. A shrimp that fires a flash of light hotter than the sun. A jellyfish that refuses to die. 6 true stories that sound completely impossible, but every single one. The shrimp that shoots a flash of light. This tiny shrimp can snap its claws so fast that it makes a flash of light underwater. A real burst of light from a shrimp. It's called the pistol shrimp. One of its claws grows huge, like an oversized spring-loaded weapon it carries everywhere. When it snaps that claw shut, the water shoots out so fast it briefly rips apart, forming a little bubble of empty space. Then the bubble collapses in an instant. For a split second, inside it, the temperature spikes to nearly 5,000 degrees, hotter than the surface of the sun. It also makes a snap so loud it can stun or knock out nearby fish. It's one of the loudest sounds in the entire ocean. All of that from an animal barely the size of your finger. So next time the sea crackles, it might just be a shrimp firing its claw. Number 2. The country created by a mistake. This tiny village was its very own country for almost 400 years, all because of a map drawing mistake. Back in 1440, 2 powers, the city of Florence and the Pope, each bought land divided by a river. But there were 2 little rivers with the same name. Florence drew its border at one river. The Pope drew his at the other. The thin strip of land in between? Somehow, nobody claimed it. The villagers of Caspeia realized they belonged to no one at all. So they simply declared themselves free, no king, no taxes, no army. With no rules to stop them, they grew tobacco, banned and pricey everywhere else, and sold it across the borders. The tiny republic got rich. Their accidental little country lasted 386 years, until 1826. All because of 2 rivers and 1 honest mistake. Number 3. The waterfall that bleeds red. There is a glacier in Antarctica that looks like it's bleeding. Bright red liquid pours right out of the white ice. For years, scientists were completely baffled. Some guessed it was red algae staining the ice a bloody color. The real answer was hidden far below. Trapped under the glacier sits an ancient pool of water, sealed off from the world for over 1 million years. That water is incredibly salty, far salter than the sea, and absolutely packed with iron. Down there it has no light, no oxygen, and stays perfectly clear. But the moment that briny water escapes and touches the open air, all that iron instantly rusts and turns it blood red. So it's not blood at all. It's rust. A frozen waterfall, quietly rusting away in the coldest place on Earth. Number 4. The millionaire who started a baby race. A millionaire died and left his entire fortune to whichever woman could have the most babies in 10 years. As a joke. In 1926, a Toronto lawyer named Charles Miller wrote one of the strangest wills in history. He was famous for his elaborate practical jokes. His will promised his whole estate to whoever gave birth to the most children in the decade after he died. The whole city was stunned. Newspapers nicknamed it the Stork Derby. Families all across Toronto jumped into the race to win the prize. His relatives were furious. They fought to cancel the will in court for 10 whole years and lost every single time. In the end, 4 different women tied, each with exactly 9 children. They split roughly $500,000. A fortune from a rich man's final prank. Number 5. The animal that can live forever. There is an animal that can basically live forever. It never has to die of old age. Ever. It's a jellyfish smaller than your fingernail, called Turritopsis. And it has a superpower no other animal has. When most animals get old, hurt, or sick, they simply die. That's how life works. But this little jellyfish does something that should be impossible. It turns its whole old body back into a baby. It melts down into a tiny blob on the sea floor, then grows up all over again. It's like a butterfly turning back into a caterpillar. And it can do this again, and again, and again, escaping death each time. In theory, it could repeat that cycle forever. It won't, of course. Predators still eat it. But of old age? It may never truly die. So somewhere out in the ocean, right now, drifts a tiny creature that has quietly cracked the one problem the rest of us can't. Growing old. Number 6. The man who bought London Bridge. In 1968, a man bought London Bridge and shipped the whole thing to the middle of the Arizona desert. London was replacing its old stone bridge, which was more than 100 years old and slowly sinking into the river. So the city decided to sell it off. An American businessman named Robert McCulloch bought it for nearly $2.5 million. Everyone thought he was crazy. Workers carefully numbered every single stone, took the entire bridge apart, and shipped 10,000 tons of it across the ocean. Then, piece by piece, they rebuilt the whole bridge in a brand new desert town over a canal they dug just for it. Today, it's one of the most visited spots in Arizona, a real piece of London, sitting in the sun. Legend says he thought he was buying a fancier bridge. 6 impossible-sounding stories, a shrimp that flashes light, a country born from a mistake, a bleeding glacier, a fortune won by a baby race, an ageless jellyfish, and a bridge dropped in the desert. Which one surprised you the most? And, be honest, which one did you not believe was real? Tell me down in the comments. If you liked this, follow for new science and history videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.